So can you tell me what do you understand by the word risk? Okay. So are you a risk taker? Okay. What are the advantages and disadvantages of taking risks? Why did you want to hear it again from me? Yeah.
How old are you at that time?
19.
Where are you from?
So I am
Quite well. How
all
was your
right.
day?
It was good. So since it was a Sunday, we went out and it was fun. Did you do anything being a Sunday?
Yeah, I attended a marriage.
Okay. So marriage,
Yeah,
like right now? No, so like marriage, it's usually in the evening, right? So you had an afternoon
no,
marriage.
no. Yeah, it's the afternoon marriage, and we went there. After the marriage, we had lunch along with our friends. We came back.
All right. Okay, okay. Right.
Mm.
So did you go through the document today?
Yes, and our session is about risk.
Yes, it is about risk.
Yes.
All right. Just give me a second, just a minute. All right, yeah. So, okay, risk. So, can you tell me what do you understand by the word risk?
Risk a situation involving exposure to danger.
All right. Yes, that makes sense. Okay. So, are you a risk taker?
Yes, I am a risk taker.
Why would you say that? Why do you think so?
Yeah, I will discuss a few examples why I am a risk taker. This happened a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the what we call driving. I don't know driving.
Okay.
At that the moment, and my friend asked me,
Okay, so right now, do you know driving? Do you know how to drive now?
yes,
Yeah.
now
So
I
you're
know.
talking of back then, right? So you will say,
Hmm,
I didn't know driving, okay? Because if you say, I don't know driving, which means you currently don't know, okay? So, just
yes,
one word just, changes the entire meaning. So you'll say you
yes,
didn't know driving, okay?
yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
go
yes.
ahead.
At that moment, I didn't know the driving. My friend asked me, "You wanna drive?" And I said, "Okay, I can." And he gave me the car on highway. You know, and at that time, I didn't know the driving, but I took the steering and uh, I drove the car safely. It's first time for me, but the twist is my friend didn't know that
You did.
that's the first time for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my God. How did it go?
I, mm, uh, I drove a car very well. There were
You
no
knew where the brake and the accelerator and the clutch and all is, and which gear to,
you know
drive
yeah
at.
in my childhood, wherever there was a car, and which is in parking, our relative cars like that, and I used to go there in that. I used to sit in the car and I used to drive like that. I feel like that I'm driving the car, but the car is
The
still in
toy
that
car,
parking
yeah,
position.
yeah, yeah. But again, you used to observe how people, drive, and you had an idea how to do it, right? So you
Yeah,
just
I observed many times. I went, many long drives with my friends who who are good at driving, and I observed many times. And that time, everything went well. That's why I'm sharing that experience with you.
yeah. Okay, great, great. Okay, what are the advantages and disadvantages of taking risks? So let us begin with advantages.
Yeah, surely. And advantages is, if we take risk and we will learn some new things,
Hmm.
and if that risk work well, and we will very successful in our life.
Okay, and what about disadvantages?
Disadvantages means, it's, if if it is a driving field, it's a life risk, right? If you who don't know the driving, and if he wants to drive on a highway, that is a very, life risk. And one more thing, disadvantages is, by taking risk. Whenever we are doing a new thing, without know, and we have to face
Without
that
knowing.
circumstances.
Yeah.
We have to face that circumstances. Any, coming to the market, and if you don't know the market, if we invest more, and we may lose, we may not get profit. That are the disadvantages from my side.
Right, right. So one of the advantages that I feel is somewhere like, it makes your life
Hmm.
very interesting, right?
Hmm?
Like
Yes,
even if
yes.
it succeeds or it is a failure, somewhere you have stories to say, right? Like right now, even if maybe you might have, met with a small accident or something, but still you could actually, come and say that, oh, I took that risk and it didn't go great. Somewhere it just makes your life interesting somehow, positively or
Yes.
negatively, but then it does. Right.
Hmm.
So that is one. And disadvantage is basically you might miss out on just changing your life if you don't take a risk, right? Because I guess business is all about risk, and businessmen are
Yes.
the people who are the richest in the world. So that is how I would,
They took risks, right? That's why they are there.
yes. All right. What is the riskiest activity that you have done in your life? So, okay, you've told me about the car one. So, is there any
Yeah,
other such incident?
yeah. If you are there, and I will share one more. This happened in my childhood, and mm, at that time I didn't know the swimming. Uh,
Okay, it's not
I
the
went.
swimming, it is swimming. Okay, I didn't know swimming.
Yes. In my childhood, I didn't know the swimming.
So, you're
At
saying I didn't know the swimming, you are saying. Don't say
no,
the, okay? The is not needed there. I didn't know swimming, okay? Yeah.
okay, sure. At that time, I didn't know swimming.
Hmm.
There was a pond in my village. Pond.
How old were you then?
I think 10 years.
Okay,
10 years
yeah, around.
old. At
All
that time, I uh, went to the pond. I went into the pond, and I'm along with my friends. I'm walking into the pond, and step by step, and I didn't know the depth of the pond. Uh, but going inside the pond, up to here, there was water up to here, and suddenly I'm drowning into the water. I didn't know swimming, and I'm drowning in the water. I
So
drank
were
some water.
people around you?
Come again?
Were people around you? Were there people around
Yeah,
you?
they are not elders. They also, what kids, they are also 10 years old and 8 years old. They didn't know that I am drowning into the water. They thought that, I'm enjoying the water
Yeah,
situation with water.
right,
That's
right.
what they felt. But I thought that, yeah, I'm over. I'm going to die, and this is the last day of my life. I thought like that. Almost I drank some pond water. What happened is that suddenly there were a buffalo beside me in that water only. I just, what we call, took the tail of the buffalo. I just took the tail of buffalo, and by help of the
Crawling over.
tail, I
Yeah.
climbed the top of. I climbed onto the buffalo
Hmm.
by the
So,
help of uh, uh, tail, buffalo's tail. Buffalo's tail, saved my life at that time. How.
but again, it's like a two in one thing. Like people are so scared of buffaloes, but you literally use its tail as a rope. So that's really like a very dramatic, and it's like, you can actually call this a shot or a scene from a movie. Like that's how it sounds like, when I'm trying to imagine it. So
Yes.
yes, I thought, you would say that you suddenly started just, well, using your hands and legs and you started swimming. Then that would
No.
have been very unrealistic. But yeah, this somewhere makes sense. But again, so yes, this was a very I don't know, dangerous situation, of course. But I
Hmm.
don't think you would call it a risk because you were a child and you were not even knowing what you're getting into, right? So risk is usually something that you're aware of, that you it might not be in your favor, but still you go on to do it, right?
And
So
one more thing, you just tell once, what I said now, this pawn situation. You just tell like a story within 1 minute, like that. You take the time and you explain one.
okay, so you want me to tell you what you just
Yes,
narrate?
that instant. Yeah, you want. I want to narrate. You narrate that situation once. Chronology.
All right, okay. So basically, you were around 10 years old, and you went into the pond, and you didn't know what the depth is, and you didn't know how to swim. And then by the time you reached till a point where the water was still your shoulders, right? So then the depth was suddenly very steep, and you kind of started drowning. But there were only children around, so they didn't realize that you were actually drowning, and you were helpless, and you thought that it was the last day of your life. But then thankfully there was a buffalo beside you, so you used its tail to climb onto it, and that saved your life, right?
Yes.
Why did you want to hear it again from me?
you know, while I'm speaking, there were a small grammatical mistakes. Just to overcome that mistake, I want to hear from you. That's it.
All right, okay. Okay, so yes, again, so yeah, I mean, yes, you can kind of call it a risk, but not exactly. So can you just tell me one more incident where you think you've taken a risk in your life? And
Hmm.
that,
So, and here the risk is this time with my dad bought a new bike after after 1 week, and I took that bike from my dad, and I went for a ride. By by going that, my brother also, my younger brother also came with me.
hmm,
I what we call, I drove the bike very, very negligent manner, and very rash driving. I drove the bike, and while I'm driving, uh,
it
there
was driving.
yeah, there were a
So when
buffalo
it's a
again.
bike, you don't drive it, you ride a bike, okay?
Yeah, okay. While I was riding the bike, there were a group of cattle, like group of cattle suddenly came onto the road, and at that moment, I felt on that road, and exactly at that time,
You
I'm
fell on the
not
road.
perfect. Yes, I fell down on that road. In this situation, my brother got more injuries than me.
Okay, oh my god.
Here, in that
Why did you ride
situation,
it so
buffalo
hard?
helped me. In that situation, is swimming. Buffalo helped me, but in this situation, buffalo made me to fell down from my bike.
Yeah, the buffaloes caused the accident, right? But again, won't you blame yourself for riding it harshly?
I am that time, that is teenage, right? In teenage, we don't know, I didn't know that that is a negligent manner. Now I knew that, that time I ride that bike very negligent.
Hmm.
Now
Yeah.
I knew that. But at that situation in the teenage, I didn't feel like it's a wrong thing. You know, speed gives us thrill. Whenever we ride very speed, it gives us thrill.
Yeah, I know. Okay. So, okay, have you ever
Did you
regretted taking a risk?
did you ride a bike?
Okay, so
Did
I
you
have
bike
never,
riding?
no, I don't ride bikes. I have, I ride scooties. Like, I don't actually ride
Two
them so
wheeler,
often, but
nothing
I
but
know
okay,
how
two
to.
wheeler.
Yeah, yeah. So I know how to, but no, I'm more somewhere comfortable and confident with cars. I drive cars. So
Okay, okay.
yes, so
When did you
I
learn car driving? When did you learn?
last year,
How old are you at that time? When you
19,
learned car driving?
19.
Okay, by 19 years, you learned car driving.
Yes,
Okay, do you
yes,
have license?
me how to. So yeah.
Mm.
Like I still go out, like with my sister and all, so I just drive. So I just keep practicing. So now I feel like, yes, I'm confident enough to, like, drive anywhere
Good,
and
good,
all that. So
good.
yes,
And
because
where are you from?
so I am, yeah, so I am basically from Kerala, but
Okay.
I live in Patna in Bihar. So
So why you moved there and you're from Kerala and you're from South and now you're staying in North?
yeah,
So,
because my parents
oh,
work here. So I was
hmm.
born and brought up here only in Patna itself. So I
Patna.
go to Kerala once a year, but yeah,
Hmm.
I'm mostly here. So that is how. All right. Okay.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm doing my graduation right now. In Delhi. I'm
Hmm.
from Delhi University.
Good, good, good. And have you
Right.
been, regularly? Will you go Kerala whenever you got holidays?
So yes, that's what I said. I go to Kerala once a year, and I guess within the next 3 to 4 years, we will completely shift. Like after my parents' retirement. So after my
Hmm.
father's retirement. So after that, we will completely shift to Kerala. But till then, we are here. We've been here like for the past 20-25 years. So yes,
In Patna.
yes,
How was Patna? Is everything okay over there? It's a
yes,
city,
yes.
people
It's
and
good.
atmosphere,
Yes.
everything.
It's good. Like we've been here all our life, right? So we don't feel like it's not that great or something. It's good. But not being the capital, so